All right, I'm going to take you through 3 levels of seasoning food. Level 3 will be the level that most people like. All right, so let's just run through it real quick. All right, you got level 1, which is who is you playing with? Then you got level 2, which is that all? Then you got level 3, which is, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What's up, America? Chef Anthony Albritton here, the Carolina cook, cooking, tasting, and eating the Carolinas. I am the chefadent of the United States. In this episode, I will be cooking up some gumbo. Let's get into it, y'all, after the theme song. Take a trip inside of my mind and see how I did it. Let's go, chef.
It's the Carolina cook, the Carolinas, liners, rock and roll to the roll to rock. Said I'm cooking in the kitchen and just don't stop. Rock and roll to the roll to rock. Said I'm cooking in the kitchen and just don't stop. Cooking is my specialty. Getting dirty in the kitchen like ODB. Turning these groceries into delicacies. The Carolina cook got the recipe. The Carolina cook got the recipe. The Carolina cook got the recipes.
All right, I'm going to start by adding some Cajun seasonings and my own seasoning to some water. Okay, the last gumbo I made took 6 to 8 hours to make because 3 hours was spent on making a chicken stock and 3 was spent on making a shrimp stock. So to cut time, I'm going to combine the 2 and boil the gizzards and the shrimp skins at the same time. And just in case you're wondering where I got the shrimp skins from, those are from the peeled shrimp that I will be using in my gumbo. So when you peel your shrimp, do not throw that skin away, okay? And you want to add chicken seasonings as well as seafood seasonings to the stock, since they're both combined and will not be done separately. Add that in with your Cajun seasonings. All right, and this is a solution I came up with to cut the cooking time down on gumbo. Even though to make a good stock, the longer you cook your stock, the better it is. But I'm going to be using a pressure cooker as well, and that's going to cut a lot of time off as well. So I will be letting this stock go for about an hour and a half. All right, in African language, the word gumbo means okra. All right, so without okra, you don't have gumbo. All right, so you can say you don't like okra. All right, but if it's not in your gumbo, it's not gumbo. All right, it's something else. It's soup or something else. All right. So what I'm doing here is prepping my okra and my sausage. I'm gonna keep this process as authentic as I can, but I'm not in Louisiana or from Louisiana. So it's certain ingredients that are available there that are not available here in South Carolina, at least not in my area. So I will not be using the type of sausages that they use. All right. So with that being said, I will substitute with smoked turkey sausage because I don't eat pork anyway. Okay. So according to your dietary restrictions or convictions, use whatever type of meats you want to. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started on cooking up the okra and the sausage. So I'm going to add a little oil to each pan, and we're going to begin browning the sausage, pan-searing the sausage. That way we unlocking the flavors from the sausage. And the okra, you want to cook the okra until you cook the slime out of the okra, because you don't really want a slimy gumbo. So after several minutes of cooking, this is what your okra should look like. All right, y'all, this is the part that people take really seriously about their gumbo, the roux. It has to be right, all right? So you want to add some oil to some flour, and you want to cook that flour until it's a dark brown. You don't want to burn it. You just want it to be dark brown. Anything less is just a soup. All right, now we're going to cook a couple ingredients into our roux. So I'm adding some minced garlic. You want to be careful with your heat. All right, you don't want to burn it. Then I'm going to add what you call a Creole Cajun mix, which is celery, onions, bell peppers, and parsley, and green onions. And after an hour and 30 minutes of cooking in the pressure cooker, the chicken gizzards are nice and tender, as you can see. So we're going to go ahead and drain this stock. And once I drain the stock, I'm going to separate the gizzards from the shrimp skins because, like I said, I'm going to add the gizzards back to the gumbo. We don't want to throw any meat away. Now I'm going to add that roux to the pressure cooker, add the broth, add the okra, the gizzards, and the sausage. Y'all, we in there now. We building this gumbo. So what I'm doing now is pan-searing some chicken necks, and I'm going to go ahead and add those chicken necks to the gumbo. Everything I add to this pot, y'all, I'm letting cook into the gumbo. All right? So I've let the chicken necks cook until they're nice and tender. And what I'm going to do now is start adding the seafood. Now it's time to see the seafood. Crawfish, tail, and shrimp being added. Next is the star of the show. That blue crab. Let's go, chef. All right, so this is the last of the seafood that you didn't see until now. All right, I'm going to snap those blue crabs in half and go ahead and place them in the gumbo. Now be mindful. Everything you place into the gumbo is going to cool the temperature. It's going to drop the temperature. So you want to let it come back to a boil before you add each item to the gumbo. All right, drop an item. It's going to cool off and stop bubbling. You bring it back to a bubble, then you add the next item. And there you have it, y'all. Authentic gumbo, as close as a Carolina cook can come to authentic. All right. Gumbo is one of my favorite dishes, y'all. But like I said, the last one I made took 6 to 8 hours. But I know I knocked at least 3-4 hours off of it using my own technique this time and came up with the same great results. And there you have it. Southern playalistic cooking. Once you get on it, you can't get off it. Gumbo, Carolina cook style. Y'all, I've been putting off making a gumbo video for a long time because of how long it takes to cook gumbo. But I would say that I did a good job by concising a gumbo video that takes hours to cook down to a matter of a few minutes. Now, before I go, let me show y'all what it looks like the next day. All right. As the gumbo cools, of course, it thickens and it tastes better the next day because those flavors get a chance to integrate, marinate, and marry overnight. Liketh, shareth thou the love, and subscribeth unto my channel, and smiteth that notification button. Thank ya. Let's go, chef.